Hey guys, it's me Colin, like usual. Yeah, I'm back. Um, I never know how to start these videos. Holy fucking shit! Where the fuck have you been? Honestly, I don't really know. I took a really long break from making YouTube videos like this. There's just a lot going on in my life, and I didn't really feel the desire, but honestly, I've really missed making videos like this. I miss interacting with you guys. I miss telling you guys really bad stories about what's happened in my life. Yeah, I miss it all. I miss writing jokes. I miss writing scripts. So for those of you that have seen any of my older content, all this many of you, we're talking about around 3 years ago, which is about a fucking decade of internet time. But I made a video talking about my first kiss, and I gave all of you rock hard erections and nipples. Wait. Don't I get a kiss first? Okay, she didn't sound like she was, on meth. Today I'm returning from the depths of my chaotic life for a sequel to that video. So as the title suggests, we're talking about my first date. And you may be thinking that nothing could have gone worse than my first kiss, but that's debatable. Very, very debatable. Hold on tight and get ready to add this to a cringe compilation. This is the story of my first date. So the girl that I'm going to talk about in this video is actually the same one from last time. Yeah, this is the same girl that all my friends called Slave Driver because she was so angelic and treated me so well. It was awesome. Best relationship ever. Goals. This girl actually listened to Kesha and enjoyed it. Think about that. I don't think we had anything in common aside from that we both had hair, bones, and skin. But, little 15-year-old me thought that we were just meant to be and we'd be together forever. Gosh, how wrong I was. So, yeah, this is before the whole kissing incident and before we were ever actually dating. And I had a huge crush on this girl, but I just couldn't bring myself to tell her. We'd known each other for a few months now and we talked all the time, and it was so fucking obvious that she liked me back. Why did I not see that? Well, because I'm a sackless loser. So, I could never get up the courage to tell her how I felt or to ask her out. But then one day I get a message from her best friend saying, hey, you want to come with us to see the 7th Harry Potter movie, part 1? So this was pretty much her best friend asking me out for her because I just couldn't, I couldn't get it in me to do it. And I'll be honest, I had never seen any Harry Potter movies before that, and that's still the only one that I've seen to this day. It's not that I hate Harry Potter or anything, I just never really got into it. I couldn't care less. I know some of you are wanting to castrate me for saying that. But I said yes anyway because I thought it would be really fun, and like I said, I had a huge crush on this girl and I wanted to do anything I could to hang out with her, even if it was with a big group of other people. After I said yes, actually, like a few days later I got a note from this girl that had I think it had hearts on it or something like that, and my heart immediately just started fluttering and it dropped because I had a feeling I knew what the note was about. So I took it into the bathroom and I read it, and it was her telling me that she likes me back. So just like that, this was turned into a real date. Exciting, right? Yeah, it probably couldn't have gone more awkwardly. I'm sure many of you have been on much worse dates than this one. It wasn't bad, it was just what are you doing, dude? You clearly have no experience with girls whatsoever. But the day started out, I actually had to hang out with this guy because he was going to the movies with us. And he was somebody I used to be friends with, but at this point I never really talked to. And I'm somebody who has a really hard time having conversations with people. I can't even hold up conversations with myself half the time. You have no idea how many times I've tried to film this video. And I had to be with him in the car for an hour, and we had to stop by somewhere, and it was really awkward because I was trying way too hard to be cool and way too hard to be funny, and every single move was just failing. He was probably really wanting to get out of there so badly, but he did want to see this movie with us, so he had to, put up with my obnoxiousness. And eventually we made it to the movie theater, and we all grouped up, and we went in, and I sat right next to her. And you know how most people, when they take their girlfriends, yes, we were boyfriend and girlfriend at this point, when they take their girlfriend for a first date to a movie, usually you try to be all sly and stick your arm around the girl, or you try to, very sneakily, I don't know why you do this sneakily, but you try to hold their hand, or, you know, maybe try to cop a feel on one of their titties. I don't know. Me, like I said, being the sackless loser I was, I didn't do any of that. I just kind of sat next to her, and that was that. Yeah, I didn't make any physical contact whatsoever. Now, if that sounds bad, this got way worse as the movie went on. Before the movie even started, there was this trailer that came on screen for the live action or CGI, I don't remember what it was. I don't even know if it ended up coming out. But that Yogi Bear movie that was announced several years ago now, my girlfriend originally, what am I talking about? Immediately started covering her eyes and acting really scared. And I asked her what was wrong. Did I just say axed? I asked her what was wrong. Wow, that's awesome. I'm way too white to be using that. I asked her what was wrong, and she said that, like, CGI things like that terrify her, and that she was really scared of them. I realize now this was probably an invitation for me to, you know, snuggle her, hold her hands. I didn't get that. It was just kind of those situations where it's like, oh, well, it'll be okay. I'm right here. Oh God, kill me. That was hint number one. And I think for the majority of the movie, we actually spent time with our hands being on the same arm, touching next to each other, and I didn't try to grab her hand throughout most of the movie. I think I had read on WikiHow that week that when you want to hold somebody's hand at a movie, you do the pressure test, which is when you make contact with their hands and you apply a little bit of pressure, and if they back away and act all weirded out, don't try to hold their hand because they will think you're a fucking weirdo and a creep. But if they apply pressure back, then it's all good to hold their hands. Well, she applied pressure back, and something in my mind was like, okay, well, she still might be weirded out if I grab her hand, and I'm really scared to do this, so I'm gonna wait until she grabs mine or something. I don't really know what I was waiting for. It was bad. It was bad. Like, no exaggeration. Okay, slight exaggeration. The whole hand on the arm thing went pretty much like this. Alright, and then she ended up dropping a second hint to hold her hands when the Dementors, or whatever they're called, came up on screen, and they were super scary, right? And she, once again, covered her eyes and stuff. Once again, I never made a move to comfort her, aside from saying, oh, you know, yeah, that's scary. I'll protect you by just sitting here, not touching you, or anything like that, because I'm a terrible boyfriend who has no idea what to do in a relationship. I think she kept mentioning that she was cold several times too, and she was sitting like this, and by the time Dobby died, oh sorry, spoilers, by the time Dobby died, I'm pretty sure her best friend, who was sitting on the other side of her, actually reached over and held her hand. She probably thought that I was absolutely fucking retarded for not making a move. And I kind of looked at them doing that, and I think a few minutes passed by, and I said, you know, you can hold my hand if you want to. yeah, it was that bad, that awkward. She kind of looked at me like, holy shit, you're finally fucking seeing this. You are such a stupid male, you know that? We ended up holding really awkward, sweaty hands for the remainder, you know, the remaining 15 minutes of the movie, so that was really awesome. Probably her, honestly, I still think that's probably her favorite date that she's ever been on, even to this day. Yeah, nothing will ever beat that one. But, you know what? It didn't all end bad, because right before we all left the movie theater, I got up, I walked up to her, and I gave her a big old awkward hug, because this was still months and months before I ever tried to kiss her, even on the cheek. So, awesome, Colin. Good job. I am such a ladies' man. I am so good with the girls. So that was the really kind of bad and short story about my first date. I was thinking earlier today, And I actually want to make this a trilogy, and I want to complete the trilogy. So my next video, I know some of you are probably thinking, talk about your first time having sex, or talk about your first time giving a blowjob. That last one might be possible, but you're gonna have to join me on my Pornhub account to ever see that come to light. No, my next video about this particular subject, I'm probably gonna release some videos after this that have nothing to do with my first anything, but it's going to be about my first breakup. And hopefully by then, my emo hair has grown back so you can all see the pain and suffering that reliving this moment brings me. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I can't wait for you guys to hear it and laugh about what a whiny bitch I was about it. So, yeah, awesome. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. And, you know, I actually should be making some more videos lately. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I've really missed it. I really like you guys, and I don't know. It's just, sometimes I feel like making videos takes a lot of stress off my shoulders because I have a lot of stress going on in my life right now that I would really like to get rid of. Honestly, I have no idea what direction my life is going, but you know what? If I could make YouTube a main priority of my life, that would honestly be great. You know, that's something I would love to do, so yeah. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you fucking hated it, which is probably the case with most of you, and I will see you guys next time. I don't know what that was.